Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Conspiracy, Case 47, in Vino Veritas. Let's allow Chapter 3 and Martini's having a fight with our French guy. Duh. You dumb, arrogant excuse of a man! Imbecile! Me, dumb, you, mademoiselle, have a brain the size of a petit pois. Inspector Katarina, this woman is daring to convince me about the merits of wine. Monsieur, a stupid sommelier qualification does not mean you know more than me am. Mademoiselle, you are as infuriating as Madame Bateman. In fact, you are even worse because you are French. You should know better. N'importe quoi! How silly was I to come here to buy wine when you're clearly a good for nothing? Okay, both of you need to stop shouting right now. Marty, you better get back to the precinct before the chief finds out about your little outing. And Mr. Duchet too, you said the victim was infuriating. Mr. Katrina will need to speak to you about that once you calm down. Okay, French people having a fight. This is a working. This isn't how it's supposed to work. Alright, let's have a chat with our French guy. Oh la la, what I would give to be back in my provincial hometown, where people actually know the meaning of culture. Yes, well, you'll be staying in good old Greensboro until we get answers from you. Why did you say Mrs. Bates was infuriating? Because that vicious woman would not stop arguing with me about wine. She was impossible to work for. The dernier straw was earlier today. I was sharing a platter of delicious figs with Mr. Linares, where Mrs. Bateman had the audacity to declare that California wine was superior to Bordeaux. Such declarations are sacrilege, I tell you. The woman had to be stopped. By jarring her in a barrel of wine? Mon Dieu, how could you think I would sacrifice such a delectable vintage in this manner? Oh, I think I roll pretty well with French accent. Katerina, it's clear that French people have strong feelings about wine. But would this Duchateau guy have killed his employee in an argument over it? In any case, we still got a bit of detective work to do if we got to catch Cora Bateman's killer. And since we got wine on our minds, I think we should continue our investigation by taking another look at the underground cellar. Let's go, Katrina. I think I rolled pretty well with a French accent. Although I wasn't concentrating on what was he saying. The wine, this woman, this was infuriating. I'm not going to say anything about wine because I don't drink wine, I don't actually drink alcohol. I hate alcohol. Not even beer. I don't drink beer. Katarina, what's this weird device? It has a keypad like a phone, but it is unusually large and clunky. The screen's been smashed, but maybe we can still unlock the device and make it work. And the store photos worth putting back together, I agree. Katrina, it's almost time for our killer to stop and smell the wine, so let's do this. Alright. Okay, let's unlock this, whatever it's supposed to be. Hold for life. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to say. Alright, Cathy, I managed to unlock this weird gadget and it still seems to be working. Let's get straight to Cathy. Yeah, what is it? Okay, now let's restore this photo. Oh, oh god. That's supposed to be Bateman. Oh god, Katrina, this is a photo of Christian Bateman and he's practically naked. I don't think my eyes will ever recover. You're a man, I'm a woman. Had nothing happen to me. There's some faded text about Bateman's bare torso. I'll let you retrieve it, Katrina. Okay, so you took a photo of yourself. I'm not going to fall for him because he's a criminal. Well, he thinks he used to be a criminal, but he is a criminal. He's still a criminal because we discovered that he's an Astran. Savannah, my son, would be perfect for you. Oh. Katrina, the note on that disturbing photo of a semi-naked Christian Bateman says, Savannah, my son would be perfect for you. Wait, what? Was Avita trying to set Savannah Blake up with her psychopath son? I wonder what Savannah thought of that. We better have another conversation with her. Oh god. Let's see what she has to say. Miss Blake, we found this photo of Mrs. Bateman's son, and we're wondering... I torn that photo out because I wanted to forget all about it. The thing is, Cora been trying to set me up with her son since forever. I was at the gym the first time she called to say would make the perfect couple. Christian sounded pretty dreamy at first. Tall, handsome, wealthy. But then Cora told me he was in prison, and I nearly fell off my spin bike. How could she think I'd ever consider going out with a convicted murderer? And I assume Mrs. Bateman wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, she'd stop bothering me until today when she showed that picture under my nose as soon as I arrived. I realized that it was the only reason she'd invite me to her villa. Miss Blake, if you find out you murdered Mrs. Bateman to stop her unwanted matchmaking, you'll be the one ending up in prison. Oh, she only works out, so it's not going to be her. Let's check out this device, and it looks like a device from that cartoon Spice Girls use. Cathy, were you able to figure out what that strange keypad device was about? It's a smartphone, Katerina. But since it was smashed, I couldn't get much from its memory, except that it was registered in your victim's name. But she never actually used it. Then I started tinkering with the phone's internal hardware, and it was all IP technology, which is surprising seeing how bulky and unsophisticated it looks. However, the device must still be at the prototype stage because I couldn't find it for sale in any IP store. So this phone isn't for sale, but it belonged to our victim, although she never used it. How strange. Good idea, Katrina. Maybe IP's CEO will be able to solve the mystery of the weird phone. Let's speak to him. Yeah, it's a phone with a holographic, when you call somebody and there's holographic face of the person you're calling. I think that's the thing. Yeah, you like figs. It's better, Katrina. You really must try a fig. I haven't been able to stop eating them ever since Christian offered me one from his tree. Mr. Caffrey, we are more interested in figuring out why Mrs. Bateman had this strange broken IP phone, which she never used. Oh, you found a prototype for my latest baby, the iGrad. Don't you think it's tremendous? Not really. iGran? What exactly is that? Isn't it obvious? Look at the size, large buttons, a simple interface even blind geriatrics with shaky fingers could understand. Espera Katia, you're looking at the world's first pensioner-friendly smartphone. Okay. I gave the iGrab to Cora as a thank you present, but could you believe she threw it right back in my face? That ungrateful woman said the iGrab was condescending, and she was so insulted that she was going to badmouth me to all her friends. How could she fail to recognize my genius? Could she not see how much I was helping the lives of coffin dodgers like her? Well, Mr. Caffrey, I hope you didn't drown Mrs. Bateman just because she didn't appreciate your inventive genius. A phone for pensioners. And you gave it to Cora Bateman. And she doesn't look like a pensioner, so should have given it to somebody else. Katria, in Vino Veritas, there is truth in wine as the saying goes. But what about suspect has got to be lying about murdering Cora Bateman? We've now discovered that the Bateman sommelier picked fights with anyone who questioned the superiority of French wine, including our victim. We also know that Ewing Caffrey and the victim had a spat about the tech giant's pensioner-friendly iPeer phone. Then there's Savannah Blake, who didn't appreciate being set up with a sociopath killer with mommy issues. Highly strong people and vintage wine don't seem to mix well, Katrina. No wonder Cora Bateman ended up drowned in that barrel. Speaking of which, let's make a final sweep of the crime scene. Come on, Katrina, we're close to putting a cork in this investigation. Yeah, cork in a wine. Who would want you dead? Let me check them all out, just in case. It could be Bateman, so it could be... We might arrest you one more time and you're gonna go back in jail. Okay, it's not going to be the French dude. It could be Chiquita or Caffrey. I almost said Elon Musk. Okay, so... Well, I noticed that some of our suspects are wearing white clothes. So is that going to be something? Alright, I'm gonna go to the crime scene and figure it out myself. So let's go to our crime scene. Oh, the barrel lid must be from the barrel she was drowned in. Where's number 3 there? Katrina, the barrel lid has Cuban 1999 written on it, just like on the barrel our victim was drowned in. Looks like the killer left some dark fibers behind when lifting the lid off the barrel. Let's get a sample. There's something big falling into that bucket of grapes, I agree. You better have a look right away. Alright. Okay, let's collect something from that. Red fibers. Let's get these fibers on the barrel laid straight to Amir Katrina. Alright. Okay, now the bucket of grapes. Oh, bloody ashtray. Alright. Oh, must be what she was knocked with. Katia, this marble ashtray hiding in the bucket of grapes has dried blood all over it. You're right, Martini told us the killer hit the victim over the head with a blunt object before drowning her. They must have used this ashtray. Let's set the ashtray to Amir's stat. Okay. Let's see, what are these fibers? Katrina, your latest sample gave me a great idea for what to get Jasper for his birthday. And that is... Well, it's nice to know that Mother's criminals provide you with inspiration, Amir. Do tell us more. It's simple. Those red fibers you picked up from the lid of the barrel are threads made from very fine, expensive silk. I'm not going to sneeze. Upon closer examination of the protein composition and weave, I was certain that these silk threads come from a scarf. Oh, god damn it, not when I started. Which means your fashionable killer will be wearing a red silk scarf. Well, unfortunately for the killer, the red scarf will be like a red rag to a bull for Katarina. God damn it, not now. Let's check out this ashtray. I mean, was Katarina right? Did the killer use the ashtray we sent you to knock out our victim before drowning her? Yes, they did, because of one of the ashtray was your victims. And while the killer was busy bashing your victim's head in, they left behind a bit of themselves, because I found some strands of black hair caught in the ashtray. Since your victim was a redhead, these black hairs must have come from your killer. Well, it won't be long till our killer realizes that their hair is as black as a cell you're gonna throw them in, Katrina. Wait, are you telling me that I'm going to arrest Bateman again? Right, Katrina, we have our killer over a barrel and it's time to go arrest them. Does Bateman wear a red scarf? No, he doesn't. I thought this was red, but it's blue. Okay, so it's not Bateman, but you almost were, dude. But it was somebody I didn't expect to be. Again. So victim, she was your BFF. But was it because you were free enemies that you killed her? Jacinta Linares, you're under arrest for the murder of Cora Bateman. Inspector Katarina, what makes you think I murdered my best and oldest friend? Well, for starters, you wrote her a threatening note using glue from Province, a place we know you love to visit. Officer Jones, people of your class may not know this, but Province is the destination to jewel for anyone of a certain caliber. Then how do you explain your black hair on the ashtray you used to knock Mrs. Bateman out before you drowned her? Cora's son has black hair too, but I don't see you accusing him of murder. Christian Bateman wasn't wearing an expensive silk scarf like yours though, was he? We found fibers from it all over the lid of the barrel you dunked Cora Bateman in. Fine. I have the grace and manners to know when to accept defeat. I murdered Cora Bateman. So you admit it. Seriously though, how could you do something like this just because you quarreled over whose house was better? Do you really think with that petty, Inspector Katrina? Of course it wasn't over something so insignificant. The fact is, the Linares family may look wealthy, but all our money disappeared after a spate of bad investments. Oh. As you can understand, I still had a certain lifestyle to uphold, which is why I ended up borrowing money, and most of it from Cora. The Batemans are almost as rich as the legendary Rochesters, and she was more than happy to share her fortune with her best friend. But today I finally realized Cora's generosity was just her way to feel superior. Why? What happened today? My measure making the cover of House and Castle was the final straw, because, once again, Cora couldn't handle being second best. Cora was so jealous in fact that she demanded I repay all the money I borrowed from her, even though she didn't need a cent of it. The thing is, Inspector Katrina, I didn't have any money to pay her back. We argued and I grabbed that ashtray and hit Cora on the head with it. She passed out right into my arms. She was such a little thing that I was easily able to drag her to the wine barrel. I pulled out the lid and shoved her arrogant face deep into the dark liquid. She started struggling against me, but I was stronger than her, just like in every aspect of our lives. I held Cora's head down until she stopped moving. I knew then that I finally escaped her demands for a pound of flesh. Well, Mr. Lawrence, you definitely haven't escaped the long arm of the law. You're under arrest for the murder of Cora Bateman. Damn it, my nose. Chiquito and I stand before the court for the murder of Cora Bateman. How do you plead? Your Honor, I'm great friends with the mayor. Surely this means that whether I did it or not is of no consequence. Mr. Linares, you are suggesting that my courtroom is susceptible to corruption, then you are highly mistaken. Now, the evidence clearly points to your guilt, but what I'd like to know is, why did you choose to drown your victim in wine? Because Cora was so proud of her pathetic vineyard and her tasteless plunk. If she liked it so much, she deserved to die in it. Oh, it doesn't sound like you feel much remorse of what you did. And for that reason, this court sentences you to 37 years in prison. Case adjourned. You're sending me to jail! This is going to be social suicide! Rest in pieces in jail. Yeah, sure has said that. Katrina, well done for successfully uncovering Cora Bateman's killer. Who could have imagined her best friend would end up being the murderer? Not me. And what about Christian Bateman? You didn't go to the villa to confront him after all. Well, obviously Bateman refused to talk about his involvement in Ad Astra, but I'm sure his villa's hiding clues about what they're planning to do next. Alright, so we'll need to keep digging around that villa. Let's do this, Katrina. Okay, so Protozen is out, the corn is out, so what are your next plans? What's your plan B? Alright, we gotta start. Here we go, continue playing Seeds of Destruction, number 5. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!